The London QBE offices recently welcomed the England rugby coaches as the EPS announcement ahead of the QBE Internationals took place. Journalists were welcomed first of all by Deputy Chief Executive of European Operations, Richard Price.
This is a really important and exciting day for QBE, as you can imagine, and if you see my colleagues scurrying around outside looking for their gifts that they've all been given today to commemorate this, you'll see why. After a year of significant planning, we're launching the QBE Internationals. We're very proud to be the title sponsor and looking forward to, like everybody else, England taking on the best of the Southern Hemisphere, including the current world champions.
Martin Bayfield won 31 caps with England, so what does he make of England's opponents for the 4-match series?
The All Blacks are going to be absolutely exhausted. They've been on a high from the World Cup, so for a year now they've almost been playing non-stop rugby, and they will be very, very tired. Australia will be desperate to try and put some form together and try and get a team together they can think, yeah, this is the nucleus for the World Cup. They've had a lot of injuries that's upset them. And South Africa will be tough and abrasive, but again, they're all looking tired. And that's what happens in these matches this time of the year. England just hitting their straps. They'll be fresher, but they won't have any game time. Southern Hemisphere, plenty of game time. They're looking forward to a rest.
The first QBE International is England versus Fiji on November the 10th. So what can legend Nicky Little tell us about them?
Well, I know that most of them are fresh from the islands, so they haven't had much experience or exposure to the big-time rugby, and I think that's in their favour because you'll see some players that are going to go nuts.
And if you were an England player, how would you find the best way to take on a Fijian side? Obviously, they're big, they're quick, they like to step. So what's the best way to try and handle them?
Well, I think it's no secret. It's to bore us, kick us in the corners, drive them all, get a try.
On the 17th of November, a week later, it's the turn of Australia. Their 1991 World Cup winning fly half is Michael Lynagh.
The last two games have been good. We beat Argentina in Argentina, which was a fantastic result, and also a draw with the mighty New Zealand, which was, I think was a really good couple of steps in the right direction for a young team that's inexperienced. So, Australia sort of have a bit of confidence, particularly after the draw with New Zealand, but they have to carry it on. They have to keep building on it and keep getting better. And hasn't been a great rugby championship, but as you say, we came second and to the mighty All Blacks. So that was a pretty good result in the end, I think, with all the problems that we had.
John Smit is another World Cup winner from 2007 in France. With South Africa as England's last international opponents, how will the players be feeling?
Well, I'm really excited about what November could bring. The QBE Internationals are always a highlight for any South African player because it gives the opportunity to come over to the Northern Hemisphere, play in conditions that we don't know, and play against teams that we don't necessarily see all the time. So this one a little bit more exciting after the Test series we've had against England, and I think it's an exciting new team for South Africa, who's gone through a lot of a really big learning patch over the last couple of months, coming third in a rugby championship, and we'll have a lot to prove in November, so it should be a spicy Test match.
The last test in the QBE Internationals will be as England welcome world champions New Zealand. Here's All Black legend Zinzan Brooke.
I'm comfortable with the All Blacks. The way they've played in the championship have shown some signs that they definitely are worthy world champions with the World Cup just a year ago. And I think coming here from the Northern Hemisphere, I think they'll do a clean sweep. The England side here just named the squad today, and it's really just match time here. So these guys, they are getting clubbed. They're getting Heineken Cup rugby, which is a level above the Premiership. But having the internationals under the Auckland under the New Zealand All Blacks is obviously a benefit here. So, but I'm not saying that December 1st is going to be left the big one for last, and I'm comfortable that the England guys can show what they're worthy of, and they've got a couple of games before. But worrying about that in December the 1st, they need to worry about the Fiji and the Australians and the South Africans, because I'm sure the Australians and the South Africans will be right up for these games.
England and Harlequin skipper Chris Robshaw knows it'll be a tough series, but isn't getting too carried away.
It is all kind of focused on Fiji at the moment, and then when we meet up next week, and then it will be kind of Australia, South Africa and New Zealand in that order. We won't kind of look too far ahead. We'll be looking at Fiji, and you're looking at how much they're developing kind of every year. They play, a lot of players are actually playing over in the European leagues now, so you do kind of cross paths with them probably more than then some of the teams playing in the Southern Hemisphere. And everyone's very excited to meet up again. We're going to a new base for the first week in Burton, a football place. So no, it's very exciting, and you look at the games we're going to be playing as well, and they don't really get much bigger than those four, do they?